Hi Louise, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Oh, great to see you again.
You too. First test is just that the microphone's working okay.
It's always a bit nerve-wracking, isn't it? Thank you for making it and getting everything working. Today I thought we'd focus on the kind of the more local side, because obviously we've got the Pregnant Hub local space in the app, and so I thought we could post this one there for anyone who is, physically wanting to do this, so that we can, they can find you very easily in St Albans.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Because I think the last time we met, we kind of talked about it more broadly. We can still do that, but yeah, just thought it would be helpful to know that we're going to post it in that more local space today.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So could you start by introducing yourself and what exactly you do?
Sure. So my name is Louise Balm of Birth Balm, based in St Albans. I've been a midwife. I was a midwife about 15 years and originally teaching hypnobirthing, and which I still do, but then I've been doing placenta encapsulation about 8 years now. So quite a long time, covering all of sort of Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, kind of Greater London. So quite a wide area now, really. And just helping mums to recover from their birth physically and emotionally with placenta capsules and tinctures are the two main things that I do.
And what made you get into it in the first place? Like, it's quite an interesting...
It is quite niche, isn't it? And I think it was probably about 8.5 years ago, I said to my husband, I'm going to go away to Brighton to go and learn how to be a placenta specialist. And he was like, what? Just ignore me, just let me do it, And now that he sees the results that mums have, he totally gets it with the feedback that mums give. And I think just being a midwife, I've always loved placentas and being absolutely fascinated by them. So for me, it's just a really natural thing to do. I love it.
No, it's amazing, and I'm glad we have you locally to do it, because there's not enough availability really if people are wanting to do it. So let's start. Oh, sorry, my cat's decided to join in.
My dogs are asleep, so they might join us, but I think they're sleeping.
So let's start with, what exactly is it, and maybe even go back to like the placenta and what the function of that is, and then why it's actually so good for what you do with it.
So placentas have been consumed since about the 1500s, so a long time ago, but now obviously you've got a much more palatable way of consuming the placenta with tinctures and capsules. And there are just so many benefits in it that can help mums recover after. Like I say, main thing, with energy, with the hormones, balancing the kind of ups and downs of hormones, iron stores so they feel less tired, stem cells inside for actually internal healing. So there are so many properties inside the placenta that we can consume in a kind of palatable way, really. Most mammals consume their placenta, except camels, marsupials, and the other one is, I'm putting it down here somewhere, sea mammals. So apart from that, everybody else, all others mammals consume their placentas, and it's just replenishing the benefits that we've lost during the pregnancy and during the birth. And the special thing is actually unique to us. Our body has grown this organ, and it's in the capsules. There's nothing else in it apart from the mum's placenta. So it's unique, and it's a bioavailable way of absorbing the nutrients really easily and effectively and quickly, really.
That's fantastic, thank you. It's so interesting that most mammals do consume it. Okay, and so in terms of then the process that you go through to capture all of those incredible, replenishing those things that people have put through there, I suppose they haven't lost them in a way, they've put them through the placenta because they've been there. Now it's about like putting it back in the body. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, so first of all, it's a really strict process with lots of guidelines. It has to be obviously safe for the mum to consume. So first of all, just certified and just according to all regulations, really. It's governed by environmental health. We do an inspection every year to make sure that you're following really strict guidance and protocols. It's certified as a food business. I've got food hygiene rating 5, which I'm very proud of course. So first of all, mums need to know that it has to be completely safe, and it is safe. That's the first thing, really. So I provide everything the mum needs, the chiller pack, which then she would take into the hospital or for a home birth. Obviously, it would be for home for her. Everything that she needs, so it needs to be stored correctly. So it cools with the chiller packs or in the fridge to below 8 degrees by 4 hours after, but quite strict points it needs to meet for it to be safe. And then the placenta is checked, washed, steamed, sliced really thinly, and then dehydrated for about 12 to 15 hours, and then ground into a really fine powder and put into a capsule machine. So it's just like a vitamin capsule. That's what mums take. It's about the size of like a Pregnacare, so it's not too big. And then that's how she would take it. So that's the process of it.
Okay, and how long does that kind of take, and at what point does that need to be all be done?
The whole process, sometimes the turnaround can be 24 hours. It can be quite quickly, certainly within 48 hours, because as soon as the mum takes the capsules, it starts to balance those hormones. So I always think the earlier that she can start to take them is the best, really. So I set up a WhatsApp chat between myself, the mum, the partner, the doula, if she has a doula, or anyone else that she has her birth partner. And so that's a really quick and easy way for me to go and collect it as soon as possible. So that way we can communicate on there. And then when the baby's born, they'll let me know. And then I can go to the hospital to collect it, or home for a home birth and then collect it. And the sooner I collect it, the sooner I can just get on and process it, really.
And do you have a radius from your home in St Albans from where you can collect it?
It's getting wider now. I never like to sort of turn a mum down, so I'm going to places that I've never been to before. Oh my God, you went over there, and I'm like, thank goodness for sat nav, because I'm happy to. And actually, I'm couriering quite a lot of packs out now, chiller packs as well. I provide the chiller pack that I know is safe to the standards that I have set. So I often courier that out for mums that live further away now. So I can send that out to them. I talk to them on the phone to explain it all. And then I'll drive to go and collect the placenta. And then if they are further away, then I would send out the capsules by special delivery tracks designed for, etc., so they reach them safely. So we're going further away now.
Yeah, that's good, because so it's not really, there's not that many kind of reputable around.
No, I say an hour each way. I try and kind of cap it like a 2-hour drive at a time. I kind of think it's enough, so I try and sort of approximately.
You'll be up in Scotland next.
I might be. Do you know what? I don't mind. I quite like getting in the car to get away from the teenagers and everybody at home. I've got on a podcast, and I'm like, yeah, this is fine.
Got to keep that secret. So then what about any instances where it's not safe to do? Are there any times that you would say probably not recommended?
No, it's really occasionally, and it happened the other week actually, which is a bit disappointing, because it's only happened twice in 8 years that I've been encapsulating, and it's when the midwife dropped it on the floor accidentally, of course, and so that's nothing we can do about that. It's just, these things happen sometimes, don't they? So obviously that's very rare. If a mum has a general anaesthetic, so she's put to sleep, for example, for a C-section, which again is so rare, I can't even think of any time in 8 years that's happened. But that wouldn't be safe to encapsulate, because the placenta would have some of the drugs that are used for the put them off to sleep, so that's why we couldn't use them. The only other time is if there was known to be an infection in the placenta, and the midwives would know that after the birth, and they would take some swabs, send it off to the lab, and then what would actually do, it would actually freeze the placenta until all the blood work came back and the swabs came back, and then I'd know if it was safe to proceed or not. Usually, I'm going to say in most cases, they come back as negative and everything's absolutely fine to proceed, but we always take caution with that and wait for all the results to come back.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so say that did happen, where a midwife had sadly dropped it, and it sounds like it's so rare, what would happen in terms of the service offered? Because someone might be wondering, oh, is that a risk then if they dropped it? Like, how do you do that?
I mean, yeah, I just wouldn't be able to go ahead with it. So I'd
Yeah,
have to, refund the deposit, and unfortunately, it's just not safe because of infection risk, isn't it, from being on the floor? So, I
absolutely.
mean, I'd say it's happened twice in
Yeah,
8 years, and I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds now. I've lost count actually, but
yeah.
like, I don't know, probably 1,000 or so.
No, that's really reassuring. And so a lot of people wonder about evidence, and sadly, a lot of things that we do in this kind of world are not always fully studied because there's no kind of funding behind those studies. But a lot of it is kind of anecdotal and things. But what could you share that maybe someone who is a bit skeptical around evidence?
I would just say the huge wealth of anecdotal evidence from mums that have actually had their placentas encapsulated and consumed them. And you know how mums talk with mums, thank goodness, and share their experiences. And I think just repeated placenta clients, really, the mums always come back for the next baby or the next one. So their anecdotal and their experiences, they share about how they feel so much better this time around with placenta pills. Often they describe it as parenting in colour, whereas the first time they may have struggled with the first baby. So really, I think the wealth of experience that they share, and the Google reviews that they would send for me on my site is a really good thing for mums to have a read, really.
Yeah.
Research is ongoing and there is more evidence. There's a lab called the Jena lab in Germany that are still ongoing doing some research. So we know the research that has come out the whole time we've obviously been doing this is that it's actually safe to consume placenta. They've checked for microbial and all those kind of tests that we've done in the lab to actually prove that it is actually safe. So we know it's actually safe, but we're getting most of the evidence is actually anecdotal.
That's really helpful. And what about in terms of breastfeeding? If someone's choosing to breastfeed, is there any benefits involved there?
Mums report that the milk tends to come in earlier and in kind of better supply, really. But we have to recognise that we're obviously all individuals, so we don't make any claims to say this is definitely going to do this, because everyone's placenta is unique, and our whole kind of experience in the perinatal time is unique, isn't it? So I would never make any claims to that. But mums do say generally that actually they feel their milk's coming a bit earlier and good supply. Yeah.
And I guess that could be linked to the hormones that they're replenishing, and also their mood and how they're feeling in terms of oxytocin. And there's lots of different things that it could relate to, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, lots of things. Yeah.
And so practically, if someone was, interested in kind of finding out more from you directly, or and then proceeding, like what's that full kind of process?
Yeah, so mums can book anytime. I have them booking from when they're about 12 weeks pregnant sometimes, right up until mum's messaging me saying, I'm in labour and is it too late? And I always say, I'll always do my very best to help them to get everything that they need. So it's kind of never too late, really. So there's information on my website, or they can message me. I'm always happy to have a chat on the phone if they've got any particular questions. Lots of times, actually, mums do ring me for a chat, so I'm always happy to answer anything. Otherwise, if they just want to book on my website, there's a booking button that takes you straight through to the booking form. And it's a really simple electronic booking form to fill in, just asking for sort of health details and just kind of general details, due date, that kind of thing, really. And then it's just paying a deposit of £50. And then it comes straight through to me, and then we can organise the mum's chiller pack. And I like her to have the chiller pack by around about 36 weeks, just in case some babies are in a hurry to come and want to come a little bit earlier. I like to get everything organised and so that we're just ready to go, really.
And it doesn't matter what type of birth is planned or ends up happening?
Yeah, exactly. All births. So I have plenty of mums now, obviously having planned C-sections, and that's absolutely fine. I'll block out that day in my diary so that when they are in theatre, I'll get the message and I'll go along then to go and collect. That's absolutely fine. Natural births, instrumental births, it is for all births. or those mums that start on the path of having a natural birth and then kind of the follow on to have a C-section, absolutely fine. The mum just the partner takes everything into theatre in the same way. It goes into the pack within half an hour. So it's for everybody, all births, yeah.
That's brilliant. Is there anything else you think is important for people to know that I might have missed?
I think just that it's a really easy process. You haven't missed anything, but just that it's an easy process. And sometimes partners can be a bit sceptical, but I would say, don't worry, there's nothing the partners really have to do, because the midwives have their gloves on and, you know, they're very familiar with this. It's not some kind of weird thing anymore. So the midwives will have to check the placenta first to make sure it's all complete. And they will then put it into the bag and then the labelled box and everything that I provide and into the backpack. So it's actually really, really straightforward. There's nothing that's difficult about it. So it's super easy.
That's brilliant. Thank you. And I've personally, worked with you work with you, but supported clients who have had you doing it for them as their doula. And it's been so straightforward and easy. So highly recommend if it's something people are wondering if they should do it or not.
I just want to spread the word so more mums sort of know about it, really. Because I think some people don't, do they? So it's just they have choices, that's all. It's not for everybody, but just so that mums have choices and they know about what's out there that they can have if they decide to.
Yeah, and anything to support recovery and mental and physical health is definitely worth looking into.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely.
Thanks, Louise. Well, I'll put all your links and things underneath and we'll post this in the local space, and then people might reach out to you via various mediums we've got on there.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Always lovely to see you. Thank you.
And you have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Bye. Bye.